Ganapataye Namaha. We all know there are 4 ages, mean 4 yugas. Number 1, Krita Yuga. Number 2, Treta Yuga. Third, Dwapara Yuga. Fourth, Kaliyuga. Each and every yuga has its own dharmas. We all know dharma was established in 4 padas in Krita Yuga, 3 padas in Treta Yuga, 2 padas in Dwapara Yuga, 1 pada in Kaliyuga. In Krita Yuga, there was a dharma. He who speaks, there is importance given to speaking the truth. Treta Yuga, there is importance given to performing sacrifices. Dwapara Yuga, dharma is established in doing japa, tapa, etc. But in Kali Yuga, all the 3 are left out. Only Sankirtanam is given. That's why I used to say, Kalau Sankirtanat Muktihi. Kalau Sankirtanat Muktihi. In Kali Yuga, if you chant, if you just utter the 2-lettered Rama, enough, you will get moksha. So, what a simplified way shown in Kali Yuga. But we have to understand, among all the 3 ages, 3 yugas, Kali Yuga is an extraordinary one. There are some do's and some don'ts that most of us not known well. We are doing in reverse. What we should do, that we are not doing. What should not be done, that we are doing. In reverse, revert. Therefore, we have to know the dharmas of Kali Yuga well. Otherwise, we are not getting the yielded results, expected results. Moreover, we get unexpected, unwanted results. There are some prohibited acts also mentioned in Kali Yuga. Not only prohibited, they are forbidden acts. Most of us do not know very well or very well, detail or in detail, depth. Therefore, it is our duty at least to know. For what? To avoid the forthcoming calamity to the house, individual, society, country, or the world. Whatever it may be, wherever it may be, however it may be, we have to get preventive steps to avoid it. In this regard, what we have to do is, we have to know the detailed description of forbidden acts of Kali Yuga. It is main source. After knowing the forbidden acts, if we do, if we follow, we will follow. Fall down low, fall low. If you follow forbidden acts, you will fall in low. Therefore, we have to get the details. We have to analyze it. We have to understand it. We have to know it minimum. At least some of us may follow it, may get the expected result by following forbidden acts, for avoiding forbidden acts, without going or without touching the forbidden acts of Kali Yuga. So, today I took the topic of Kaliyuga forbidden acts. What and all? Let us go in detail. Prayer. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Avignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. 5 things should be avoided in this Kali Yuga. First, forbidden animal sacrifices. Animals like hogs and cows were offered in sacrifice to test the proper execution of the sacrifice. Otherwise, there was no purpose in killing the animal. Actually, the animal was offered in the sacrificial fire to get a rejuvenated life. Generally, an old animal was sacrificed in the fire and it would come out again in a youthful body. This should be propagated by all. Other religion people used to say, in previous ages, your people used to sacrifice animals. Yes, they used to sacrifice the old animal. They used to get back the younger one. How we are indirectly we are giving life. Some of the rituals, however, did not require animal sacrifice. In the present age, animal sacrifices are entirely forbidden, should be noted, as stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ashwamedham gavalambham sannyāsam pala-paitṛkam devarena sutotpattim kalau pancha vivarjate. In this age of Kali, 5 acts are forbidden. The offering of a horse in sacrifice, the offering of a cow in sacrifice, the acceptance of order of sannyāsa, the offering of oblations of flesh to the forefathers, and a man's begetting children in his brother's wife. Such sacrifices are impossible in this age due to the scarcity of expert brahmanas, mean rutvijas, who are able to take the responsibility. In the absence of these, the Sankirtana Yajna is recommended. Yajnai Sankirtana Prayai Yajanti Sumedhasaha. After all, sacrifices are executed to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yajnardha Karma. Such activities should be carried out for the Supreme Lord's pleasures. In this age of Kali, the Supreme Lord in his incarnation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should be worshipped with his associates by performance of Sankirtana Yajna, the congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. This process is accepted by intelligent men. The word Sumedha refers to intelligent men who possess very good brain substance. Offering oblations to the forefathers in the ceremony known as Shraddha is also kind of yajna. In this yajna, or this kind of yajna, flesh obtained from the forest by hunting could be offered. However, in the present age, Kaliyuga, this kind of offering is entirely banned. It's evident of the Kshatriyas killed animals in the forest because the flesh of the animals was suitable to be offered at the particular type of yajna. In this yajna, flesh obtained from the forest by hunting could be offered. However, in the present age, mean Kali Yuga, this kind of offer is also forbidden. Quoting from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Now, Sri Chaitanya Prabhu said, the word pala-paitṛkam refers to an offering of flesh in oblations to forefathers. Formerly, such an offering was allowed, but in this age it is forbidden. In this Kaliyuga, everyone is expert in hunting animals. But most of the people are Sudras, not Kshatriyas, according to Vedic injunctions. However, only Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, whereas Sudras are allowed to eat flesh after offering goats or other insignificant animals before the deity of goddess Kali or similar demigods or Grama Devata, etc. is to say, no? On the whole, meat eating is not completely forbidden. A particular class of men is allowed to eat meat according to various circumstances and injunctions. As far as eating beef is concerned, however, it is strictly prohibited to everyone. Thus, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna personally speaks to go rakshyam, cow protection. Meat eaters, according to their different positions and the directions of Shastra, are allowed to eat flesh, but never the flesh of cows. Cows must be given all protections. In this Kali Yuga, such as Ashwamedha Yajna and Gomedha Yajna are impossible to perform because there are neither sufficient riches nor qualified brahmanas. As stated Bhagavad Gita, Yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work binds one to this material world. Everyone should engage in the performance of yajna, and the sacrificial fire should be ignited everywhere, the entire purpose being to make people happy, prosperous, and progressive in spiritual life. Of course, these things were possible before the beginning of Kali Yuga because there were qualified brahmanas who could perform such yajnas. For the present, however, the Brahma Vaivarta Purana enjoins Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We find many Mayavadi sannyasis simply loitering in the street thinking themselves Brahman or Narayana and spending all day and night begging so they can fill their hungry beliefs. Mayavadi sannyasis have become so degraded that there is a section of them who eat everything, just like hogs and dogs. It is such degraded sannyasa that is prohibited in this age. Lord said, my dear mother and father, it is very good that Vishwarupa has accepted sannyasa order, for thus he has delivered both his father's family and his mother's family. It is sometimes said that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disapproved of the acceptance of sannyasa order in this Kali Yuga because in the Shastra it is said, nevertheless we see that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself accepted sannyasa and approved of the sannyasa of his elder brother Vishwarupa. It is clearly said here Bala Haila Vishwarupa sannyāsa Karila Pitrukula Matrukula Uddharila. Therefore, should it be thought that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made statements that are contradictory? No, actually he did not. It is recommended that one accept sannyasa to dedicate his life. For what purpose? For the service of the Lord. And everyone must take that kind of sannyasa, for by accepting such a sannyasa, one can render the best service to both his parental and maternal families. Is it understand? But one should not accept the sannyasa. One renders the best service to both his paternal and maternal families. But one should not accept the sannyasa order of the Mayavada school, which has practically no meaning. We find many Mayavadi sannyasis simply loitering in the street, thinking themselves Brahman or Narayanan, and spending all day and night begging so they can fill their hungry bellies. Such a type of Mayavadi sannyasas are making the society into degraded way. So, such a type of Mayavadi sannyasi should be abandoned in the society, because one enough to ruin the entire area, entire region. It is such a degraded sannyasa that is prohibited in this age. Not all the kinds of sannyasa. These 5 things are not allowed in this age, Kaliyuga. Sacrifice offering cows, sacrificing offer of horse, sannyasa renouncing family life, sannyasa order, offering oblations with meat to the forefathers, mean Pitru Devatas, and begetting children through the husband's younger brother. These 5 items are forbidden, particularly in this Kaliyuga. Another animal sacrifice is there just to make experiment of the Vedic mantra. An animal is sacrificed in the altar and he is given again life. He rejuvenated life. How? An old cow sacrificed and he gets youth. A young body. If the animal comes out of the sacrificial pit alive, then it is to be considered the Vedic mantras are being recited correctly. Not to kill and eat. No, that is not the purpose. Just like in laboratories, they make some experiment on the animal. Similarly, this is like that. The animal is sacrificed and he is rejuvenated in life. In such a way, it is performed for ritualistic ceremony. Such a mantras can be chanted correctly to bring back the cow into with young body alive. Moreover, nowadays we cannot find out such type of brahmanas who are well versed in such a type of shastras. Therefore, it is abandoned, stopped. No more argument. There is a verse in also Puranas regarding that. Maybe it was practiced formerly, whatever it may be, but it is not correct. That is a permanent relation. There is no divorce, nothing of the sort. Another one is we are telling, we alteration, I mean getting progeny to brothers through brother, younger brother's wife, that is permanent forbidden. Husband's wife, that is permanent relation, there is no divorce, nothing of the sort. But in case of the husband being sick or dead, the woman was allowed, if she has no children, to get children by the husband's younger brother. That is also now not allowed. So, these 5 things are not allowed in this Kaliyuga age. Sacrifice offering cows are also, why prohibited? Cows are worshipped like goddess. Such goddess typed cows are to be worshipped by the social society. Such a worshipable cow should not be sacrificed. That is also one of the wrong concept. We are living in the age of Kaliyuga. Both the Mahabharata and Srimad Bhagavatam give a vivid description of how things are like in Kaliyuga. Many of these things we can see happening around us, and we ourselves are also guilty of individual or indulging in many of these actions. The following is a list of features typical to Kaliyuga according to these 2 Shastras. What are they? Mahabharata and Srimad Bhagavata. One example, the list of the forbidden acts. People will not think twice before cutting down trees or destroying groves. Everyone will eat the same kind of food, even though having the outward appearance of saints. People will indulge in trade and commercial activity. Another, during Kaliyuga, a man will be friends only with his wife. A man will consider only those people to be his relatives who are related to him through his wife. Another, whomever has money will be considered of noble birth. This is a position of Kaliyuga, and as having good qualities. The one who has a power in his hands will be able to steer the course of justice in his favor. Another, the one who lacks money and cannot bribe will be deprived of justice by the courts. People will consider far off water bodies as pilgrimage, but neglect pilgrimages near to them, for example, living with parents and serving them. Brahmins will start performing the tasks which otherwise Shudras are supposed to perform. Brahmins will abstain from sacrifices and the study of Vedas. People will stop making offerings to their ancestors. These are going on in Kaliyuga. Brahmins will start eating anything. Men will have shorter lifespan and be feeble in strength. They will be weak in energy and valor. During Kaliyuga, women will use their mouths for copulation. Another, under the burden of excess taxation, householders will turn into robbers. In ashrams and brahmacharis will indulge in evil conduct and pander to the desires of the world. The ashrams will be full of show-offs who are experts in the art of living off the food of others. When Kaliyuga degenerates even further, people who follow dharma are seen to have an ever smaller life. People will sell goods with false weights. There will be a lot of deceit associated with the trade. Towards the end of Kaliyuga, the young one act like the old. The conduct that suits to the young is seen in the old. The old will think children, and the young will have intelligence of the old. In Kali Yuga, people abbreviate the truth. Because of this harm done to the truth, lifespans are shortened. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas will beget children with each other and become like Shudras, devoid of austerities and truth. Another, because of shortage of cows, people will resort to drink goat and sheep milk. In Kali Yuga, rules about what is to be eaten are transgressed. Brahmins will not observe sacred vows, but will criticize the Vedas. Deluded by logic, they will give up worship and yajnas. Another, at the end of Kali Yuga, the world will be overtaken by mlecha conduct. There will be no rites and sacrifices. There will be unhappiness everywhere and no festivals will be celebrated. Men will rob possession of others, even that of widows. Men will happily accept gifts given even by their evil. When the end of Kali Yuga is near, the Kshatriyas will be the thorns of the world. They will not protect others. No one will ask for a girl's hand in marriage. No will duly give away a girl in marriage. When Kali Yuga is full ripe, men and women will choose their spouses themselves. Kings discontented with what they possess will use every means possible to steal the properties of others. When Kali Yuga is fully advanced, one hand will steal from others. Cowards will take pride in their bravery, and the brave will be immersed in depression like cowards. During the final stages of Kali Yuga, there will be no Brahmins, Kshatriyas, or Vaishyas left. At the end of Kali Yuga, the world will have only one Varna. Wives will not attend to their husbands. Men and women will eat whatever they wish. People will adorn themselves with the marks of sadhu. There will be profusion of fake sadhus. Cooked food will be sold at all major thoroughfares. According to Shastra, selling of cooked food is a sin. This is because everyone has a right to food, whether he has money or not. When Kali Yuga is fully advanced, each will act as he wishes. Brahmins will be oppressed by Shudras, and thus tormented the former will wander all over the earth looking for protection. Shudras will expound on dharma, and the Brahmins will listen to their discourses and serve them. Everything in the world will be utterly upside down. Discarding the gods' bones set into the walls will be worshipped. Men will be addicted to meat and liquor and will be weak in dharma. Rains will shower down at wrong time. Overcome by the burden of the taxation, Brahmins will flee into the 10 directions. Friends and relatives will act only out of love for wealth. Women will be harsh and cruel in speech and will love to cry. They will not follow the words of their husbands. Travelers in transit will ask for food and water, but will not receive it. They will be refused shelter and will be forced to sleep on the roads. People will have their own countries and seek refuge in other countries, directions, regions, etc., and will roam around the world lamenting, alas, father, alas, son. Mutual liking between the boy and girl and not family pedigree or social status, etc., will be criterion for selecting a spouse. Cheating will be the order of the day in business relations. Sexual skill will be the criterion for excellence in men and women. The only mark of evil will be poverty. The one who can make a grand display of his austerities, occult powers, etc., will be considered the greatest sadhu. Brushing one's hair and dressing up will be considered as a substitute for bath. The highest purpose of life will be fill one's belly. Maintenance of one's family will be looked upon as the highest skill. Dharma will be followed to gain fame. There will be no real becoming a king. Any Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, depending on who is the most powerful at that time, will become the king. Thus, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu foretold about Kaliyuga conditions. Let us salute to his feet. Sri Kantai Kalyananade Niredram Sri Venkatnivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam Mangalasasana Premadacharya Purogamaihi Sarvesha Purvairacharya Satkritaya Astu Mangalam.